Hello, boat captains. Diana from Channel 7 here, your show producer. Kathy asked me to make a video blog to give you guys some ideas of what works and sometimes doesn't when it comes to decorating your boat. You know, just having lights is not always enough. Take a look at Step Up. They not only have tons of lights, but use lawn ornaments like angels and stars as focal points. That always works. I love the lighted anchor guitar on Naughty List too. Off the porches, handmade flip-flops look really good. Of course, having the right amount of lights is critical. We all know Mr. Bob is always over the top and a great spectacle. Some other boats could be better with just a few more lights. The Edgewater boat was great. I loved the Ramones theme and the banner, but they would have really stood out with a few more lights along the hull and around the back. Absolute is a good example of just enough lights. Nifty is a really well-decorated sports fisherman. They took full advantage of the outlines of the tower and used some great lawn ornaments for focal points, like the palm tree. But that said, the boat would have really popped if the icicle lights were continued all the way down the sides. Dementia is a really good example of decorating a small boat. Not a ton of lights, but the metallic streamers make their lights go so much further. Paint Away is a beautiful boat, and the blue rope lights are great. But again, this is an example of just not enough lights for that size of a boat. Look here, a nice effort by Double Down, but they decorated the inside of the boat that really can't be seen by most people on shore. It's 5 o'clock somewhere has a great thing going on with their pirate theme, but this is a boat that could have used more lights. They just really don't stand out with a good profile. You know, one thing I notice year after year after year is the use of flashing lights, and for the most part, it just doesn't work. Take a look at Black Gold. The flashing lights around the railing actually detract from the rest of the fabulous light display and decorations. The Roxanne, a sailboat, had flashing lights one year and it just didn't work. The next year, the lights were on all the time and...
The crowd is loving this. Are you catching the crowd reaction to this boat coming by?
It is amazing.
Not Obsessed has a cool idea of matching the light show with the music. It's all in time. But what ends up happening is the boat just isn't lit a good portion of the time. A better plan would be to light the boat itself and then just have the colored stars or some other item move to the beat of the music. Sometimes picking the right colored lights can make all the difference. White lights work well on the red Towboat US boat. Compared that to the Sea Cadets, a great entry and we love them, but white uniforms, white lights, and a white boat, they're just completely washed out. A good example, Never Say Never. It's an all-white boat, but it really stands out with those blues and reds. Here are some great tips if you do have an all-white boat, and most of us do. First of all, minimize your hull with black sheeting. Laid Back does it, and it really makes their lights pop by hiding that glowing white hull. Naughty Lady accomplishes the same thing, but they do it with metallic fringe. And here's a great idea from Off the Hook. They actually highlighted the hull with red and green lights, making it really stand out. If you're going to go the extra step and have performance, and I am so grateful when you do, please make sure the crowds can see them. Bimini Twist does a great job of this year after year. You can see them and hear them really well. Laid Back is a good example of where lighting your performance would make all the difference. Great themes every year from this boat, but their Beatles performers were hard to see, and so were the Pink Ladies the following year. And Noah's Ark is a fabulous float. I love the organization, I love their boat, they're well decorated, they have plenty of lights, but I want to see the puppies. Having lights on these performers would make all the difference. And keep in mind, these tips are not just for TV, but for all the spectators up and down the parade route.
Winterfest.
I hope this helps as you get ready to plan your entries. As always, I can't wait to see what you dazzle me with this year.